वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. We are continuing on verse 53 of chapter 2. Shruti vi pratipannate. Shruti vi pratipannate. Yada sthasyati nischala. Yada sthasyati nischala. Samadha vachala buddhi. Samadha vachala buddhi. Tada yoga mavapsyasi. Tada yoga mavapsyasi. After your intellect, confused by hearing conflicting doctrines, has become stable and firm, steady on God, you will then attain self-realization of or union with God. Here, as we have started that since last week, the confusion not only with the material world, but on this path of spirituality too. In that context, which way to go? Somebody is saying like that, and nowadays there are plenty platform. I don't want to use this different word. So there are two divisions of delusion, what we have seen: Moha Kalila and Shruti Vipratipanna. Moha Kalila, the worldly delusion. Shruti Vipratipanna, scriptural, philosophical, scriptural delusion. Attachment to the body, or world, family, wealth, property. Sorry about that. Sorry. So, attachment with the body, family, house, property, so many things. Those are known as worldly delusion. Then, on the spiritual path, on the philosophical path, there are Dvait. Dvait is dualism. Advait, non-dualism. Vishishtadvaita, qualified dualism. Dvaita-dvait, dualism and non-dualism. To entangle in these ism. Okay. You know, when I see this word ism, there was one scholar. I'm not using the word philosopher, scholar. So scholar can be in any branch. Okay. So he was just giving talk socialism and Marxism and idealism and idealistic socialism, the socialistic idealism, and then he was going on and on. And I mean, look, it was advertised. Naturally, people will go, uh, not understood correctly what the subject is and what subject the speaker is going to give his talk. So I kept on saying that, as I told you, that idealistic socialism, socialistic idealism, ism. And one person really got fed up and he stood up, raising his finger, and stood up. He said, "Sir, you talking about everything. Do you have solution for the rheumatism?" So, ism, right? So, entangled in these ism is known as scriptural delusion. Now, by renouncing these two types of delusion, a man gets detached from pleasure and his intellect becomes stable. You know, we always talk about, okay, initially it is fine. I mean, you can say self-interest is not good, and then okay, but it is, if it is enlightened self-interest is good, is better. But at some point we should be above from that. Meaning, when I'm talking all the time with this attachment, okay, no, but I mean, I'm not attached to money. There are no people who are not attached to the money, but I am just giving you an example. Because it's very easy to say, but it's equally difficult to put in practice. There is a proverb, not really a proverb, but saying in Gujarati. I might have said with you in some of the talk. In Gujarati, there is a saying, "Paisa to athno mel che." Mel is dirt. Okay, right. And whoever is saying this, okay, if that is really a dirt, come and dust it out in my lap. If that's really a dirt, it's all easy to say. Anyway, so attachment. Even if it is attachment, you say, no, I have no attachment with worldly affair, this and that. But I'm attached to see the sunrise. I'm just giving an example. Or the sunset. That is also an attachment. That is also an attachment. And then that context, Bhagwan is saying here about and explaining about the scriptural confusion or delusion. Right. So by renouncing these two types of delusion, a man gets detached from pleasures and his intellect becomes stable. When the intellect becomes stable, yoga is attained. Again, yoga used to join to get connected with the supreme reality, or the connection or the union between individual soul and supreme soul. That is yoga. So the yoga is attained. The distance from God comes to an end, and you come near to God. You means we. I mean those who are practicing this. By now there is always a debate, karma yoga and gnana yoga, and the end of the day, either karma yoga or gnana yoga. You want, and both are related with each other. So karma means action. Okay. Gnan means knowledge. I would like to choose that path. And the third is the bhakti yoga. Gnan yoga, karma yoga, and bhakti yoga. Let me finish this, then I'll take you for that simple definition of that. Right. So karma yoga, you come near God. By karma yoga, you come near God. By gnan yoga, difference is wiped out and there is abhed. Abhed means oneness. Abhed. And by bhakti yoga, there is abhinnata, no separation. Oh. It's just to understand better the division, not really division, I'm just using to explain you the word division, that there are three paths to attain God, to reach to the God. I am just giving you very simple example. And those three paths are Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. But these three are not different, that we must understand. Those all three are interconnected. Okay. I give you a simple example. This is my mother. Okay. Now, this is my mother. I know that. So that's a knowledge. I'm giving a very simple example. That's knowledge. And that's why I love my mother, Bhakti. And since I know that's my mother, I love, but only I love, that's not enough. I have to act for her. If she needs some medicine, if she needs some help, I am just giving a very simple example. So, when I will act, karma yoga, when I will act, if I have knowledge, but only knowledge is my mother, and I don't put any action, I don't initiate any action for her betterment, then the knowledge is of no use. So the Gnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga are all interlinked. Only thing, some of the people, they very good about action, karma. So they will engage themselves more on that. Some of the people, they more interested in knowledge, gnana. And some of the people are in bhakti, devotion. But it does not mean that these are all different. Okay? Right. So, right. And by Bhakti Yoga, Abhinnata. Abhinnata means no separation. The devotee becomes God's own self by attaining perfection in either, very clearly Bhagavan has mentioned in the 5th chapter, either Karma Yoga or Gnana Yoga. A striver gets the fruit of both as per Bhagavan's word in chapter 5, verse 4 and 5. What Bhagavan has told in chapter 5. सांख्ययोगौ पृथक् बाला प्रवदन्ति न पंडितः एकमप्यासितः सम्यक् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम्. Meaning, only the ignorant speak of Sankhya, renunciation of actions, or karma sannyas, and karma yoga, work in devotion, as different. Those who are truly learned say that by applying ourselves to any one of these paths, we can achieve the result of both. Sankhya Yoga Prithak Bala Pravadanti na Pandita. Bala means childlike, ignorant. Pandita, the learned person, will never say like that. That's what Bhagavan says. But when that verse comes, maybe, probably next year, we will try to understand that. And the same chapter 5, verse 5, chapter 5, Bhagavan says, Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tadyogair apigamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. The supreme state that is attained by means of karma sannyas is also attained by working in devotion. Hence, those who see karma sannyas and karma yoga to be identical truly see things as they are. Okay. My guru always gives one example to very easily understand this. Okay. Forget about today's all that facilities and luxury. Just put yourself back 40 years. Okay. And you are can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, because some of the faces I can see this stand still. So I mean, when there is a movement, I
We can
see.
hear you.
Okay, you okay. If you can hear me, then it's fine. Okay, because as I told you earlier, I'm with this phone now, so I have no idea. Anyway, so my guru used to give one example to understand this very easily. Just put yourself 30-40 years back, and you expecting guest, right? And 3-4 people are there, and that okay. I mean, if I have to talk, I'll talk about my interest, right? Okay. I'm not a pizza pasta person. So the debate is going on among the family members for the guest, what is to be cooked or what is to be prepared in terms of sweet dish. Okay. So say rather we make shrikhand. Okay. Put yourself 30-40 years back. Okay. So head of the house will ask to the housewife, okay, Second, what is to be bought? The answer will be milk, elaichi, sugar, saffron, okay, something like that, right? And then again, you put that mervan, make the curd, okay, and put in that, and let all the water comes out. Nowadays we get that mao and I get the cream and I get it done in 10 minutes. But that's why I'm taking you 40, 30 years back. And then second, third day, second will be ready. Right? But then the debate is still going on. Rather we go for the basudi. Okay? The head of the house will again ask to the housewife, okay, what is to be bought for the basudi? Again, milk, sugar, LG, saffron, isn't it? The same context it is explained here. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati shapashyati. Both are the same. It's a matter of personal choice that some likes the Sankhya, the knowledge more, and some like the karma, action more. It's a matter of choice. Some will go for the Srikhand and some will go for the Vasudhi. But to make Srikhand or Vasudhi, the ingredients will be still the same. That we need to understand. Okay. If a person has the only aim of salvation and has no selfish motive by having affinity for wealth, property, and family relatives, etc., then he crosses the worldly delusion. If he does not want to gain bookish knowledge by studying the scriptures but has the only aim to realize the self, he crosses the scriptural delusion. So now, choice is ours. What exactly we want? Are we really striving to achieve God? By studying the scriptures but has the only aim to realize the self. He crosses the scriptural delusion. It means that a striver should neither be enamored by the worldly delusion nor by the scriptural or philosophical differences of different opinion. Person should not insist of any sect. Underline this sentence. Persons should not insist of any sect. Thus, he becomes eligible for yoga, salvation, or devotion. Besides this, there is no need of any special eligibility, qualification to reach to the God. Yeah, no special qualification, no eligibility. But you put yourself in His lotus feet. You surrender yourself. When I say you, we, all of us. Then it will be easy. The firm decision, that is more important. Of course, we need to go for the next verse, which is 54. And then it starts with the question of Arjun, Siddhabhagnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. So now Arjun puts the question about the illumined one whose intellect has crossed the mire of delusion and who has become steadfast and firm on God. I wanted to start that, but with this phone and the Skype and it's a little bit, I'm not able to start that next verse. So we're going to conclude this today's class. Okay. In today's talk, whatever you like, whatever you enjoy, credit goes to all the scripture, all the great men. Whatever I have studied, I have understood, I have heard, I have read. Absolutely, absolutely nothing belongs to me. And as you know, that our main reference book is our Swami Ram Sukdas ji's Sadhak Samjivani. We will be reciting 73rd verse of 18th chapter, followed by the Arti. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.